Okay, the purpose of this video is to teach you how to anchor yourself in, build a 3-point anchor, and then set up a system to where you can belay from the top while hanging on the wall here. As you've noticed, there are 3 anchor points up here. The 3 beaners that are behind, that are on the anchor or the eye bolts, leave them up there. The front carabiner, notice the position that it's in right now, shoulder side or the bottom side, hanging down with the gate to the left. That will support you and your setup as you solo climb using the gree-gree. Now, in putting the gree-gree on, notice in this particular case mine is orange. As you know, yours is blue. Okay, you're going to put a beaner on the orange stripe of your harness or the orange belay loop. Make sure that the locking gate is facing to the left. The other beaner on your harness will be on the white belay loop, and the locking mechanism will be facing to the right. You will hook the figure 8 knot onto this one, the one that's on the white, and you will put your gree-gree on the one on the left, and it will look like so. Install the gree-gree first, then install your tie-in with the figure 8 and the stopper knot second. Pull the slack out of the gree-gree and you're ready to start climbing. The first thing I do is install the gree-gree through the orange loop. Make sure the gate is turned to the left. Lock your beaner. Now install the tie-in loop with the figure 8 and the stopper knot. Make sure the gate is facing to the right. Lock the beaner. Pull the slack out. Now the best way to climb top rope without a belayer using the gree-gree is position your feet first, and as you push up, you'll pull the slack out of the gree-gree. As you stand up, pull the slack out. Lock it down. Position your feet as you stand up, then pull the slack out of the gree-gree. Stand up, pull the slack. Position your feet, pull the slack as you stand up. Position the feet, pull the slack out. Once you get to the top, if you want to take an extra anchor and anchor yourself in, you can do so. That gives you 2 points of anchor if you want to do that. Now, once you get to the top and you get yourself situated, you're going to take the black and white anchor building sling. This is the one that already has 2 manufactured loops on the end. You're going to attach the first one, go underneath the rope that you're hanging on, go to the far side, hook it to the third one. Take the center of that sling, put it on the beaner that you're not attached to. once you do that, you grab the ends, equalize them, just like so. Slide up, put your finger in your thumb and your forefinger around it, slide it up, keep it equal, and build you a master knot, a figure-8 knot, right here in the middle. Okay, that creates the shelf and a master point. You should have two hooks in right here. Take your locking beaner and attach that to that right there. Okay? That's the way that you build your anchor to start off with. Okay, I'm setting this up on the floor so that you can see what it looks like, what you'll have to do when you get up on the wall. The ATC here is going to be set up to where you can belay the climber, and what this green and white sling here is to relieve the pressure in case you have to give the rope back to the climber who's climbing up below you. In other words, you're going to help assist the climber as he climbs to the top while you are anchored in above him. What you do is take this green sling, thread it through the ATC, the small hole, and then you're going to grab a hold of this loop and then thread the other part of the sling back through the ATC. May have to set the camera down here to finish this up, but you're going to have a loop that looks like this that you're going to thread through it once you are hanging on the wall, and I'll show you what it looks like once I get up there on the wall. Okay, now I've climbed up the wall. As you can see, I'm just hanging here in my apparatus. The first thing you're going to do is take a carabiner, and you're going to insert it in the center line of the anchor here above the shelf, and this is what we're going to use to control the release from the ATC. I now have taken the ATC and threaded my green cord through it like I did on the floor a while ago, and I'm going to install the big end, this end right here, into the beaner that hangs on the focal point here of the 3-point anchor system here. Hang on just for a second. Now, once I have hung the ATC on here, as you can see, I've got the green cord attached to the small hole. This green and white sling is now going to be threaded up and go through the beaner that's secured on top of the master shelf. The way this works to release rope back to the climber below you is that you will pull on this green cord, and it's best really to have it threaded from back to front when you do this, like that. It comes down. When I pull on this cord, if need be, it tilts the ATC into a vertical position, which allows the rope to freely be fed back to the climber below, as you'll see in a minute. The free end of this rope, you just of particular concern, you can just take it for the time being and just gently just wrap it around here out of the way for the time being. Now I'm going to set up my climbing rope to my climber below. Now, in setting up the ATC, as you can see, I have used a smooth spine type of carabiner. This works better than most other kinds. You don't want a square shaped one, kind of like the small non-locking beaners. But that actually goes through the rope and the wire. It doesn't connect to anything except this black wire and the rope. That's all it does. It's just hanging free floating. The part of the rope that goes to the climber is the part that does not touch the grooved ends of the ATC. This is the brake side, this rope here. The rope on top goes down to the climber that's coming up. As the climber comes up, while it's in this configuration, you can see that I can pull this brake rope and the rope comes up from the climber below. If the climber takes a fall, what happens is that the ATC will lock up, as you can see. Now the climber is rescued by the ATC. I'm not tied into this system, so therefore if it fails, I can also escape from this particular type of system. Now, this is the rope that the climber is on. Okay, if I take hold of the green cord and I pull up on it, you can see that I can pull now with the brake cord and it moves. Hopefully you can understand this. If I pull the green cord, the ATC comes up, and now on the right hand side, that's the climber's rope. It's sliding back toward the climber. If I release the green cord, now the ATC falls back vertical, and if the climber takes a fall, now it locks into that position. So the green cord is meant to release the rope so you can feed it back to the climber when it's not in use in this position. Now I can pull on this side and I can pull the rope that is attached to the climber down here. It slides freely through the ATC. If the climber takes a fall when the ATC is vertical, it locks up and arrests his fall. If I need to feed him rope, I pull on the green cord, ATC tilts horizontally, now I can pull that cord through. Very simple setup. And that's how you set all this up to belay a climber that is below you using an ATC and you not being tied into the system. Very effective system.